The Promises We Left Behind, narrated I, returned to Willow Creek on a Wednesday. The kind of gray, cold Wednesday that clings to your bones and makes everything feel heavier. After 7 years in New York, I had become someone else, more polished, more distant, more scared. But the town hadn't changed much. The same streets, the same gas station at the corner, the same smell of fresh bread from Mrs. Aldridge's bakery, and him, Elijah. I hadn't planned to see him. I had told myself I was just here to help my mother recover from her surgery and then return to my life. But Willow Creek had other plans. On my second day in town, I ran into him, literally. It was at the farmer's market. I was turning around with a bag of peaches when I bumped into a solid chest. I looked up, and there he was. Claire? His voice was like a punch to the stomach. Familiar, deep, rougher than I remembered. Hi, Elijah. He looked just like I remembered, but more grown up, taller, stronger, with a sadness behind those hazel eyes that hadn't been there before. You're back? Just for a while. My mom had surgery. Right, I heard. I'm glad she's okay. Silence. You look different. So do you. More silence. And then a voice broke through. Honey, are you coming? A woman with perfect curls and a dazzling smile called out from behind him. I froze. This is Madison, he said. My fiancé. My heart collapsed in my chest. I nodded, pretending it didn't hurt, pretending I wasn't about to fall apart. Nice to meet you, I said. Madison smiled, unaware. Elijah looked at me like I was a ghost. And in many ways, I was. I left the market without my peaches. I couldn't sleep that night. Every corner of the house whispered memories. The wind against the windows, the smell of my mother's tea, the old family portraits, everything pulled me back to Elijah. I didn't see him for 3 days. Until one morning, after taking my mother to a clinic appointment, his old blue truck was waiting outside. There was no escaping it. I didn't even try. Can I buy you a coffee? He asked, without getting out. I hesitated, but my heart didn't. I got in. We went to a small cafe just outside town, one we used to hide in on Sunday afternoons. It looked the same. Even the waitress recognized us. The lovebirds are back, she said. We didn't correct her. We sat across from each other, 2 steaming coffees between us. Elijah looked nervous, so different from the confident boy I remembered. Madison moved back to her parents, he said bluntly. I'm sorry. No, you're not, he smiled bitterly. He was right. Claire, why did you really come back? For my mom, just for her. Are you sure? I looked at him. I couldn't lie. No, the silence between us was heavier than words. Elijah ran a hand through his hair, frustrated. I loved you, he said. When you left, you broke me. You have no idea what it felt like going from planning a life together to reading a damn letter. I didn't want to hurt you, but you did. I looked at him, eyes wet. I thought I had protected him, but I had abandoned him. I was scared, I whispered. Scared to dream and fail, to drag you into my mess. I would have been there, even in failure, because I loved you more than any plan. I know that now. Elijah leaned forward, touching my hand. Electricity passed through me, but it didn't go further than that. Not yet. That night, I sat on the couch with my mom, watching a cooking show we didn't understand. Elijah came by, I told her. I knew it. You had that glow when you walked in. He's engaged. Do you love him? I didn't answer. Claire, if you do, fight for him. Sometimes, broken promises can still be rebuilt. A few days later, I got an invitation. Madison's bachelorette party at a fancy restaurant. For some reason, she had invited me. "Why would you go?" my mum asked. "Because I need to know if I have to let him go forever." I wore a navy blue dress I bought in New York, but never used. When I walked in, everyone turned. Madison looked stunning, laughing among friends. "Surprised to see you," she said with a wine glass in hand. "I didn't think you'd have the nerve. Here I am, here to fight for him? No, to say goodbye." She studied me carefully. "You know, Elijah won't stop talking about you, even when he thinks I'm not listening. But I won't fight a memory." "I'm not a memory," I said. "I'm the part of him he chose to forget." Madison smiled, but her eyes didn't. "Then tell him the truth, and be ready to stay or to leave forever." That night, I found him at the dock by the lake, where we once promised to love each other no matter what. "I knew you'd come," he said. I sat beside him. "I don't know if I have the right to say this," I began, "but I still love you. Every day. Even when I tried to forget." He said nothing. "If you ask me, I'll stay. I'll stay for you. And if I don't," he asked softly, "will you leave?" "Yes." He was silent for what felt like hours. Then, "Madison and I canceled the wedding this morning." My heart stopped. "I can't marry someone when I think about you every day. And now? Now it's up to you. Will you stay this time?" For the first time, I wasn't afraid. "Yes, I'll stay." And we kissed. A kiss that took 7 years to return. A kiss full of forgiveness, hope, and every promise yet to come. 6 months have passed since that night. Sometimes I still wake up wondering if it was all a dream. But then I hear his voice in the kitchen, smell the coffee and toast, and I know it's real. We chose to stay. We chose to begin again. But new beginnings are never easy. A few days later, Madison came by. "I'm not here to win you back," she said. "I just want to wish you both the best." "Thank you," he replied. "But just know, I would have loved you with everything. You just were never mine." That night, Elijah was quiet. "I feel guilty," he said. "You shouldn't. I hurt her. You were hurt too. You're not responsible for carrying all of it. Just promise me something, Claire. Anything. Don't run again." "I won't." My mother recovered slowly. We started walking again, cooking new recipes, remembering old stories. "You look happy," she said while baking cookies. "I feel happy, but scared too. You know what ruins love?" she said, "loving with fear. When you start loving afraid, you stop loving freely." In late autumn, Elijah took me to a special place, an open field, trees around, and a small cabin in the center. It was my grandfather's. I always wanted to fix it up, make it our home, ours. He knelt down, pulling out a little box. "I don't have everything figured out, but I have love for you, Claire Weston. Will you stay with me forever?" Tears fell before I could speak. "Yes, I'll stay forever." We married in spring, under an arch of flowers on that same land. No luxuries, just truth. We rebuilt the cabin with our hands, planted a garden, painted the walls sky blue, filled the shelves with old books and new promises. "What if we have a daughter?" he asked. "Lily, and a son, James? And if we only have dogs, same names?" I laughed. But life doesn't always follow plans. After many failed attempts, a doctor told us it would be hard to have children. I felt like I failed him, but he held me under the rain and said, "You are enough. You've always been enough." Now, as I write from our little wooden cabin, sunlight pouring in, a dog snoring at our feet, I think of all the versions of me that were scared. The girl who ran, the woman who returned, the wife who stayed. Sometimes, Love isn't about finding someone new. Sometimes it's about returning to what was always yours. Because true promises don't break, they wait. The end.